And she was like, I'm going to be the best fuck you ever had. And I looked
You were
at
like,
her.
you'll be the only.
I was like, there is no way you're wrong about that.
Hey y'all. We're in Nashville this week, and so Trish is here. She can't wait to see y'all.
What do I say
The home
next?
of country music. She'll be here this weekend. Y'all get ready.
Welcome to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Oh shit, sorry. You know she likes to jump the gun. You know that.
Guys, we're recording on Sunday. It's a whole new day. I don't even know what's happening.
Sunday fun day, y'all. Oh my God.
It's a great day.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp Therapy Online. For 10% off your first month, go to betterhelp.com/GGE. So we all carry around different stressors, big and small, throughout life. And when we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us really negatively. And therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and figure out how to work through whatever is weighing you down. And sometimes we can have journals and self-talk and friends and family that help us, but it is really, really helpful to talk to a therapist outside of that, and they can empower you to be a better version of yourself and set boundaries and work through whatever is going on with you personally, professionally, in your love life, with friends. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So you'll just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. I absolutely love what they're doing, and they make it so simple. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GGE today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GGE.
Okay.
All right.
Couple days in town, and then we're headed back to Nashville, exactly where we were 2 years ago, like this week almost.
Yeah, we were there. Like, I was seeing like the tags pop up.
I love Nashville. I can't wait to be back there. I'm so excited. I miss Hattie B's, so that's my first stop.
Yeah, and you guys, if you're coming, send us any like crazy, wild, hilarious dating, sex, relationship stories. So just email us, hello@girlsgottaeatpodcast.com, and notate which day and which time you're coming, because we are having 2 shows on both Friday and Saturday night. Can't wait. Jenny Jones will be there.
The icon
herself. I'm not going to say what show because people like, but if you're there, you'll know when you know.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to Nashville an extra day, and you did, and you were like Jenny Jones, and I was like, say no more.
Say no more. We booked like a fancy hotel because hotels are $12, and we're just gonna have a nice little low key dinner.
It's gonna be great.
We're not gonna be like hitting the honky tonks.
I might though.
No, you can't. That's not.
How am I gonna meet?
You're not. We're abiding by all COVID rules. There's a curfew. We're not gonna be at the honky tonks. Trish might, because Trish.
Are you gonna sneak out of the hotel? Go by yourself.
Trish will put on her N95 and she will hit the town.
I'm gonna wear a cowgirl hat and cowgirl boots.
I have new outfits.
Oh my God. Are we gonna fucking cowgirl boots? Each other.
I don't have cowgirl boots. I have combat boots.
Okay. You bring combat boots and I'll bring a cowgirl hat, and we'll build out the outfit together.
We'll build it out. But if you guys you're coming, be safe, behave yourselves. We know it's going to be hard, Nashville on a weekend, but please try to follow all the rules or you'll get kicked out. And we can't wait to see you there.
You know what I was so proud of, and I forgot to say this last week. Somebody at one of the Ohio venues said us. He said, your audience is so sweet. They always tip really well. They always behave really well. And I was really touched by that. I wasn't surprised, but always impressed by the people that come to our shows.
Yeah, you guys are incredible. So just follow the rules and we're going to have a lot of fucking fun. So we will see you there. We have such a crazy episode for you today.
Guys, this episode is wild. Okay.
It is wild. It is off the rails. Our guest is a comedian named Usama Siddiquee. I was laughing so hard. I was like silent laughing. Like there's these really funny moments that like you won't hear me laugh. And it's because when I actually find something that funny, I like silent laugh. I like shake and convulse. Raise your hand if you get it. You feel me?
I'm raising my hand. He's one of my favorite kind of guests. He is my favorite kind of guest where it is like lose your mind, funny humor, but like so many like profound takeaways.
Like we went on so many tangents, but like it was.
Stick with it.
Oh my gosh. I am so obsessed with him. Sorry, Shan, you're out. You never DM'd me back. Shan Booty never responded to my DM tags.
I feel like
she's out. Usama is in.
I used to be the one that was trying to fuck all the guests, and now you're just dating all of them.
I'm sliding in that top spot.
He's great. We're going to talk about religion. We're going to talk about finding your sexuality. Mm-hmm. What else do we talk about? Fucking funny women.
Disappointing your parents.
We talk about that every week.
That's the general theme. No, my parents are proud of me.
No one's more proud of me than my dad.
But yeah, it's a great one. So we hope you guys enjoy.
And we have some updates for you.
Okay, we can get right into it.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Okay, we have an update. We're going to tag team the update. One of them.
It's a correction, to be clear. Yeah, we need to issue a correction.
Like for the New York Times.
Yes. Last week we talked about this guy that came to our show in Cleveland and said he was there for Rayna. And then as it turns out, he DM'd me after the show and was like, bummer, you guys never came to the bar. Mm-hmm. And you popped off last week about how he DM'd me instead of you. Mm-hmm. And he must have just heard you talk about all the nasty shit you talked about and then decided he didn't like you anymore. And that was our narrative.
And that's fair, to be fair. Like if somebody...
You weren't offended.
No. If somebody heard the story that I told at that show, which like we'll do more live shows and you guys will hear it. I understand being like, I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff she does with her vagina in her free time. I'm all set. So it made sense. It tracked.
Yeah. So he listened, obviously, and he DM'd me again and said, I have DM'd Rayna multiple times. I don't know what's going on. And so I was like, if this bitch is lying to me. And I'm also like, I know Rayna pretty well by now. And I do know that she does know how to use Instagram. So I'm just like, I can't imagine that she had his handle wrong. I can't imagine that she didn't see the DM. I knew that you were probably going to his profile, clicking on messages, seeing what happened. Like it was coming up blank. So
it was very weird though. It was blank as though he had messaged me something like somebody sent you a request. He was not in my requests. It was as though he had sent me a message. I had approved it.
And then he's been unsending. No, because anyway. So I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm fucking caught in the middle. And I was like, he better not be trying to play me. So I was like, let me see the screenshot of you DMing Rayna. I was like, I need evidence. I need evidence.
Let me see the DM.
Let me see it. So he sends me 2 screenshots. One is him messaging you after the show at like 9, okay? Which honestly, the show started at 7:30.
We got off stage at
9:12.
Yeah.
We got off stage at 9. He messaged you at 9:12. He was upstairs at the bar wanting to have a drink with you. The DM to me came through at 10:30. So he was one last ditch effort. Maybe I can get Ashley to get to Rayna.
Which we had already been drinking a lot at that point. Yeah. And we weren't even going to go search out this person.
But I didn't see it till the next day anyway. Okay. So... because maybe I would have been like, oh, Rayna, your man. Let's like go, meet up with him. Whatever.
Also, we got up at 4:30 in the morning that time.
Yeah, we had to get up at 4:30. So he did DM you. And then I see that he had, again, tried to DM you with a screenshot of him DMing you. Like he basically tried to prove to you again that he DM'd you. None of the DMs have come through at this point. And I zoomed in and realized that this guy DM'd you in January of 2019 and said, I want to fly to New York and take you out. This guy has had a crush on you coming up on 2 years and you roasted him. This guy has been trying to get in touch with you for years.
If I could manufacture and bottle up playing this hard to get with people that I actually like, that I know are messaging me, I'd be the most powerful woman in the world. And also, by the way, we were in Cleveland. It was the last night of our shows. Like we were staying at this gorgeous hotel across the street from the club. And that guy has a full facial hair situation going on. Like I would have just hooked up with him at the hotel.
He's very cute. He's Jewish.
Yes.
He's age appropriate enough.
For me, not for you.
For me, he's 30, so he's way too old. But we honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, Rayna and I had a moment of being pretty bummed out that this didn't work out for you, because that is a cute guy that's interested in you, watched you talk about sucking dicks all night and still wanted to see you. You had a hotel room all to yourself with a king bed right across from the club. Like every single piece of getting laid after the show, which rarely happens to us because women come to our shows. We rarely get a single man. Nevertheless, a single man that is interested in us. It's like the unicorn.
That's why I'm out here hooking up with venue staff all the time.
It's
no men come to our show.
Such an anomaly that it would even happen. Like last night of the tour, like you would have fucked this guy 100%. I can't believe he's listening to this right now. And
he's buying a plane ticket right now.
Like, he did everything he could.
I know. And it was the last night of the trip too.
We were genuinely upset. Like you and I had a moment of being like the wind out of our sails. Like, how did this happen? How did Instagram do us this dirty?
Also, normally when we're on the road, we get out of a club at midnight.
Yes.
We're exhausted.
We have to do a meet and greet.
We got to drive somewhere. I'm not drinking. I'm not out of a club at 9 p.m. ever.
It's so upsetting. Like he DM'd you at 9:12. You still had tons of energy, ready to go. You could have fucked him 4 times and still gotten up and we made our 7 a.m. flight.
100%. 100%. Do you understand? Like, I can't believe this happened. Listen, Ashley always says, like, after all I've done for Instagram, I can't believe that Instagram did me this dirty. I'm like, I swear I know how to use Instagram. Been on it for years. I know how to use it. Instagram was just like, this is the only DM you're not getting. I get DMs from you bitches telling me that I need to lose weight. I need to change the things I say, do, feel, think, political. This is the DM I don't get. All your fucking DMs I don't want. This is the DM I get.
So funny. Of all the unwanted, and plenty you DM us and it's wonderful. And it's beautiful.
And nobody actually DMs
all
me.
The unwanted DMs we get, and this is the one that just doesn't send.
100% of them I don't want. People's boyfriends DM me, scumbag older men that are like, I want to see your feet. This is the only DM I don't get. It's a perfectly good-looking, normally semi-well-adjusted man in the Midwest.
That's been pining for you for years.
After a show.
No, you guys, I hope you're feeling our energy. It's real and it's true and we're upset.
Girl, that bodysuit too, perfect lingerie.
And his body, speaking of bodies.
I know, way better than mine.
Ripped. He's hot.
I know he is. I'm actually more attracted to his facial hair than I am to his body. Is that weird?
Well, he has a hot body. I don't need like a 6-pack on a guy. And he's got like a smoking body.
He spends some time in the gym. Yeah.
What? He just seems like such a sweet guy. So he did, it's not been like too creepy or thirsty, but he has been really wanting to reach out to you. So he's been going through me. So here I am, just like single as a Pringle, not getting laid. And this guy's like, can you please make sure Rayna reaches out? So he sent me his number to give to you. And I mean, you DM'd him. So you're in
Because what did you do this morning? This morning we were talking about what we were going to talk about today. And you sent me a full page long about how I need to talk to him because we're not going to make somebody a butt of a joke on this podcast. Ashley has never had more empathy for another person besides her family members, her closest friends, and Dewey, and this guy.
It's not.
I was like, if you're into this guy, you should just.
Oh my God. He's not the butt of the joke, but my whole thing
I'm
is
the butt of the joke.
If someone we're talking about is going to be material, we should treat them like a human and you should respond to him. He's trying to reach out to you, whether you decide to date him or not, and let him come up here and impregnate you like he wants to do. And he has since 2019. Then whatever, that's on you. But I did encourage you to just send him a message.
Encourage you. Before we recorded this, you didn't make me show you my DMs. I said I DM'd him and you were like, let me see. Okay. And she made me show
needed
it
the
to
receipt.
her.
I want to be a nice person. Because I would hate for him to hear all this and him be like, that's fucked up. These girls just like,
I know.
I'm material and she won't even respond to me. So you did DM him.
I did DM him.
What'd you say? Just read it.
I don't know what
Rayna, just
read it.
We'll cut it if it doesnes't pan out. But like, let's just do this on the spot.
Okay, let's just do this live. Okay.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I said, I'm sorry I never responded. I don't have any messages from you. It's weird. I swear I know how Instagram works. He said, hey, there you are. I thought you were dodging me this entire time. Well, hopefully you receive these.
And it's dick pics. I'm kidding.
No, he's not that guy that
What did he send?
That's it.
Hopefully you received these what?
Messages.
That's the message?
That's the message. What did you want him to say? What did you think was going to happen?
He was trying to fly up here.
He thought these would be his plane
confirmations. Rayna, he just seems like a good guy.
Listen, I'm like
You know me, like somebody that's been obsessed with me for 2 years, like that's what I want. Like if I look back and someone had been asking me out since 2012, I'd be like, that's my guy. You're obsessed with me? Say no more.
I think you want to date him.
I don't want to date him. I want to date somebody that likes me the way he likes you.
I don't even know what he likes about me. All I talk about is giving blowjobs on his podcast. You know what? Now I know exactly what he likes about me. Made sense. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what he likes about me.
You cracked the code. All I do is talk about giving blowjobs. I don't know why this guy wants to see me. Oh my God. He wants one of those Rayna Greenberg blowjobs. She doesn't do it to completion though, Adam.
I did do one to completion sort of recently.
Okay. Can we talk about how
okay.
I think this was Cleveland night one. We were asking some audience members about like sex stuff. And there was like those drunk girls were like, I have my master's degree, but I can suck a dick. And then it just turned into this like thing. We were laughing so hard. This like wasted, I guess, pretty smart girl with her master's from the rafters was like, I have my master's, but I can suck a dick. And then we were like, oh shit. Okay. And then it just turned into this like, make some noise if you're a doctor that can suck a dick.
Where my real estate agent's at.
Real estate agent's like, make some noise if you're a lawyer that can suck a dick. Anyway, it was a fun moment.
Yeah. So we wanted to update you guys that I was wrong somehow. I mean, I wasn't wrong. I just didn't have any messages from him.
It's really weird. I don't know.
I can't believe it. All the messages I get from all these crazy people. That's the one I don't get.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, it's just like, it's such a bummer to like miss a like night of sex because of Instagram. Like how unfair.
I know, it's completely unfair. I mean, you know, I love to have sex with people after shows. Anyway, so
that's the update. Rayna has a boyfriend. He's flying up here to make Jewish babies. He told me that.
He wants to make Jewish babies with me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
I think he meant like,
how much are you guys talking?
Little. I think
how many conversations do you guys have?
More so he meant little sperm babies in your throat, but
no. That's really funny. Well, we'll let you guys know if I decide to make Jewish babies with him. I do have one more thing to say to you.
Oh, what is it?
Well, it's not really for you. It's for everybody, but it's like it's about you.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I just wanted to acknowledge that this week is our 3-year anniversary of our friendship.
Gosh.
And it's October 9th. So today is October 12th. So October 9th, Ashley and I met 3 years ago. If you guys like don't know our like origin story, I won't bore you with it, but we have only been friends for 3 years. Ashley and I met on a beach in Aruba, and Ashley came up with the idea of the podcast, and we went into business together like pretty soon after meeting each other.
Yeah, you can listen to the origin story. It's an episode. Is it coming of age or what?
We did a bonus episode, I think in January,
February. So January, February, there is a whole episode on how it all started. But yeah,
it's called How GGE Came to Be.
That's how GGE came to be.
We have a search function.
Coming of age is strong though. If you want to go back and listen.
Coming of age.
Yeah, that was my faves. Our anniversary. What are we doing? At this point, it's Friday night.
What are we doing? I was just gonna like post something on Instagram, call it a day.
That's it.
Should we go to Ozatar?
Should we like work out together? We should go to Ozatar.
All right.
Well, is that it? Is that all we have?
That's all I got.
Okay. Rayna's got a man. I'm still her number one. I'm still her husband. So now you guys are all up to date.
So you guys know that Ashley and I love to travel. We do it all the time, professionally and socially. And it is really, really important to me to have the best luggage possible, both functionally and just the way it looks. And Base is my absolute favorite. I have everything that they do. I have their check-in bags. I have their carry-on. I have their mini weekender, but I just got their newest bag. I am so obsessed. It's the East to West tote, and it is the absolute perfect bag for like a 1 to 3 day trip. And I just took it with me to Santa Barbara, and it was just perfect for like a few dinner outfits, a couple daytime stuff. I had a padded laptop sleeve, a place for a water bottle, zipper pockets, and there's like an extra removable strap. Also, I just think it's really beautiful. I got it in the beige color, but all of Base's stuff comes in lots of colors. It's highly functional. outside of this bag, which I am crazy about, their luggage has 360-degree gliding wheels, a cushioned handle, which I love when I'm at the airport, built-in weight indicator, and I always say this, I love their washable bags. So a great travel hack is to just have like a laundry bag in your suitcase. They provide that for you too. It's so cute. Everything they do is super durable and beautiful and functional. I just can't say enough about Base. I love them. And right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/GGE. That's BEIS travel.com/GGE.
Okay, thank you to Helix for supporting Girls Gotta Eat. Go to helixsleep.com/GGE, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Use code HelixPartner20 and you'll get 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. You guys know how obsessed we are with Helix. Both of us have multiple Helix mattresses. It's all we sleep on. I have made sure that my parents have one, my brother has one, my boyfriend has one. I just refuse to go anywhere and not sleep on a Helix mattress. That is how obsessed we are. The Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection, which we love. We have the Luxe Collection mattresses, the newly released Helix Elite Collection, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress made just for kids. So for everyone in the family, and you're just going to take their quiz, which is really fun, and then they will give you your personalized mattress recommendation. It's going to be shipped straight to your door, free of charge. You can try it out for 100 nights to make sure you love it, and then there's a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. We know everybody sleeps differently. You might sleep on your back, your side, roll around all night on your stomach, or you might want a soft, medium, or firm mattress. We are all so different. So that is why they offer really something for everyone. And so you're just going to order what works best for you, come straight to your door. You can sleep on it that night. You're going to love it. It will change your life. You'll get the best sleep of your life, and you can thank us later. So Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/GGE and use code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer with Helix. Better sleep starts now.
We have a man in the house studio with us today. It's been a minute. It's not time for you to talk yet.
Okay.
He is a
He's
New
just
York
breaking that fourth wall. Like,
Oh, shit.
Just get out of here. He is a New York City comedian. You might have seen him on America's Got Talent. Please welcome to the house studio, Usama Siddiquee, rhymes with freaky.
What's up, freaky deekies? How y'all doing? Siddiq freaks.
Usama, do you say that? Is that
My fans are called Siddiq freaks. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why don't I have a better last name?
Yeah. Greenberg Herd.
What would you do? Hasseltine?
The Hesseltinis.
Hasseltinis.
The Hasseltinis?
Hasseltinis.
Wait, but your podcast is Mango Bay, right?
Mango Bay, yeah.
Do you guys call them Mango Bays, or
We call it Mango Stanis. So Mango Stannies.
Okay.
It's like,
Like Pakistanis. Yeah, we got it.
Mango
Okay.
Stanis.
Thanks,
I don't know if you know
for
any
breaking that
countries
down.
besides this in England, so I want to make sure.
Oh, I don't know what you just said.
He's like, your name's Ashley and you're a white girl, so I'm not sure if you
Pack
know.
a what? Pack what?
Pakistan.
Oh, like a stand. Like I stand that.
That's cool.
It's a place.
Wait, I
Syria,
love
like
it.
Sirius XM? Fuck yeah, cool.
Your fans are the freaky deekies, really?
I call them Siddiq freaks, but now they're called Siddiqui freakies.
No, freaky deeky.
Freaky deekies.
Freaky Siddiquees.
That might be better than Siddiq freaks. I'm not gonna
Freaky
lie.
Siddiquees.
Freaky Siddiquis.
Guys, let us know what you think. Don't DM us.
Okay, please.
Just DM him. Are you dating anybody?
I'm out here.
Okay.
I
I feel like girls will want to DM you. Are you open to DMs?
I remember doing your show, or the one that your live show. All your fans came out, and so I've met your fans a little bit.
Wait, my show?
No, the little New York
same-
Comedy Club show.
Oh, the New-
pre-pandemic. Remember you had like that. You were headlining the show. Whatever.
New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Okay, that wasn't my show. That was actually Remy and Hannah's show.
Whatever it is. When you get on stage, it becomes your show. You have so many fucking fans.
That's so funny. Yes, you were on that
you're
show.
like verified, so it's your show.
No,
right?
we had a lot of. Well,
a lot of your fans came out,
and they're all like the same fans,
Same
like
people.
Remy's and Hannah's. But it was their show. But yeah,
I've been to a Kevin Hart show. I've been to Bill Burr show. I've been to all the comedy shows. I've never seen fans more rabid at an Ashley Hess.
Hesseltinis.
Hesseltinis. They exploded. They exploded. They were like, ah! Like you could have just took a shit on the stage. They were like, oh my God, you were such a fucking winner.
That's how I started the year.
Okay, so I have to tell people how I met you. The day I met you, it was pretty funny. We did a podcast together that never aired.
Yeah, that was weird.
But so I go into this podcast, and I did it as a favor to a friend. Yeah. And I walk in, I start talking to the guy. We're recording the podcast, and he's like, "So glad we have Rayna Greenberg here from Girls Gotta Eat. So tell me what you do besides like the food podcast." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he was like, looking at me all confused. He never looked up what the podcast was. Yeah. He just assumed it was about a cooking show.
I remember laughing my ass off there. I was like, what?
That would be very funny, like to have a cooking show as a podcast.
Yeah, but also with Rayna doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, fucktards. We're making ziti tonight.
Secret ingredient, cum.
Cum. That's what mozzarella. Fuck that. Cum.
We use liquid nitrogen and we freeze it and then we bread it and then we fry it.
Make lasagna, put it in the freezer, and then just drink cum. All right, you don't even eat the lasagna.
But I was so glad that you were there because that guy sucks so bad.
He was so bad. I remember you coming in super fucking fun, and you jumped into like something about like yeah. So like I fucked this guy and I like didn't know his name.
Sounds like me.
Fuck him. And I was like, whoa, yeah.
Comes in hot.
I was so into it because you were just such a like a. You really didn't give a fuck about that guy in a way that wasn't even in a way that wasn't projecting any sort of I'm cool.
Like I'm bringing my own energy.
You were just yourself. Like you really didn't give a fuck.
I just really didn't like him.
And that's what I liked. I was like, this girl is not is not trying to be someone else. It's not a hologram of you.
Thank you.
You're just a fucking.
That's so nice. Wow, you really. This is like so nice. Like you really like are complimenting us both.
Yeah,
like building us up. We haven't even built you up yet. All we've done is bring you down.
I never said a girl loves to drink cum and her be like, thank you. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I guzzle.
But you made it sound like it was genuine.
Actually, you know what? I think that the first time I saw you, though, was I think maybe at the Cellar. Were we together?
You may?
I think we were together, and we were like, that guy's so funny.
Thank you so much.
I don't remember.
Thank you.
We were like,
it didn't stick with me. Yeah.
It's you. I remember because I mean, you have a memorable name.
Sure. I thought you were doing like a Bhangra dance for a second. You know how you are with Ashley. What are you doing? You know how you get. Y'all know. You know. Come on, Rayna. He knows. That joke where you say like thank you, come again. Really good stuff.
If I would have made that sound.
You're good at that. Do it again. It makes you want to
dance. Where's the Molly? Thank you. I mean, the Cellar is just a great room, so it was like probably just a great show.
But that was a while ago, but we have wanted to talk about what we're going to talk about today if we ever get to it.
Okay, so you are here to talk about a topic.
Yes.
So we haven't talked about this, and I asked you what you wanted to talk about on the show, and you brought up growing up Muslim and then having sex. So we're going to talk about that and growing up in growing up in Dallas, I don't imagine is a huge Muslim population, but you'll tell us about it.
Yeah, sure.
And then do men like funny women? Spoiler alert, they don't. I'm single, and so is Ashley.
No.
We're too funny to get boyfriends.
And I literally don't care.
I have a lot to say about this.
Okay.
And I'll say later.
So we want you to give people a little bit of background and just to sort of connect dots between you and other guests. You are good friends with some of our former guests.
Of course. I love most of your old guests.
Yeah, name one you hate, though.
Dylan Palladino. I hate that guy. Really. He's my best friend and I can't stand him.
Are you guys besties?
I love that guy.
More so than Brian Park?
Yeah, Brian Park has no real friends.
I like that Ashley was like, really? Rank them.
Wait, is this true?
No, I'm totally kidding.
He's like, I'm Dylan's best friend, Brian.
I like when Dylan's dad talks about you on Instagram.
Yeah, Dylan's dad is like, Usama is my real son. And I'm like, Dad, you're hotter than your own son. What the fuck is going on?
Is Dylan's dad hot?
Okay, last Thanksgiving, I will never forget this because I was like, do I send this text? Because I just met Dylan.
Oh my God, dude.
I texted him and I was like, what's up with your dad's hands?
Dude.
They're huge.
Dude, forget it. I'm done and done. I don't even like men that are over 19, but like big hands.
His dad is giant. His dad's hot.
Very hot, very giant hands. And Dylan gets weird around him like, hey, Dad, what's up? Starts blushing. It's weird.
Well, is he a younger dad? Like, is he?
No, he's like 50s, right?
He's a younger dad.
But some, I mean,
to have a 30-year-old kid.
He's not 60s. He's in his 50s.
Yeah,
so,
that guy fucks.
Like people of our age, like my age, we're in our mid-30s. Like we could actually date Dylan or his dad.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's a great age. I think 35 is probably the hottest age.
We can go either way.
I didn't assume y'all were 35. I'm just saying 35.
Tell me more about us. What exactly do you like about us being 35?
But you're funny, which is a deal breaker.
35, which is the coolest thing about you.
Wow. Never.
Okay, I grew up in Dallas.
Okay.
Very Muslim upbringing. No sexuality whatsoever. All repressed. All repressed. It came out in weird ways over the years because I never knew what jacking off was until college.
Until college.
I just have all Muslim friends growing up.
Like, and go to Muslim school?
Muslim school type shit. It was very insular. And my hangout friends were all brown and Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all like, we didn't know. So we were all like, yeah, what's sex? What? We didn't know. We had no concept.
Did you have, this is a serious question. Did you have access to like normal cable television?
We did, but I was such a nerd.
How old are you? Do you mind?
I'm 29.
Okay.
Oh.
What?
Ashley's like, it's too old for me. It's gross.
Yeah?
Well, no, I guess I was thinking, you're too old. That's disgusting.
I know,
but like,
12.
you're like 10 years too old. But you had a little more internet than we did.
A little more internet?
Oh, yes.
Like,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, this makes total sense.
if you're in your mid 30s, like, if you're over 30,
right,
you could have kind of gotten by without a lot of internet porn, but you are even like,
but it was very like repressed and I didn't have any interest because I was living the life, right? Even if you have the means, if you're in the scene of the Islam or of the religion, you don't really give a fuck about what's on the other side, right?
If you're like happy and
that's what it is. I was fulfilled in it. So I wasn't like, oh, what's that tit? I wasn't looking for, like a lot of kids just like type in tits.com and then it starts, right? I didn't have that. I was just like, I'm cool in Islam. Okay. And I never would jack off. I didn't want jacking off. We just didn't have anything. What would happen though, it would manifest in weird ways. So in high school, I had a sexual orientation. I liked girls, but I would just be watching movies and be playing video games all day. So I didn't really find the need to like be like, okay, what is the next step? Like, how do girls look like? Whatever. But I would have these weird things where I would like boners. Let's start there. But I would have a wet dream every night. So like every night I would have wet dreams because it's just backed up. Normal kid who's been jacking off for 20 years by the time he's 20, right?
The inclination never that genuinely, it just didn't come to you?
I was such a Muslim kid, right?
Okay.
I was so in it. And what would happen, it was like either I would have wet dreams or I would like get up in the night, like 2 a.m. I'd like go out to my cul-de-sac and I'd like get naked and I'd run around in the wind.
Okay.
And it was
like you were awake, or this
Actually,
is like
you okay? Why is she shaking right now?
why are you taking your pants off?
Why is she fingering herself?
So that was how it manifested in my body. I didn't know how to even express my need to jack off, but it would come out me naked waiting for a stray breeze to come tickle my dick, and I'd be like, okay, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And I was just like thinking about that. I was like, how do I do the wind thing but like harness it?
Right.
So
high school, Muslim school?
Not Muslim school. I was in normal school.
Okay.
But I was very Muslim.
Okay.
And then all the little jack off thing didn't happen. And I was just in, praying all the time, that kind of shit. And then college started. Okay. Still, the Muslim wasn't as much, but I was still very weird. Couldn't talk to girls. Didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Where'd you go to college?
UT Dallas.
Okay. And was there like a big Muslim community there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like slipped into that.
Am I the first Muslim you've seen in your life?
Yeah, you are. Believe it or not.
Right. What is Muslim again? I don't.
It's like Hindu.
We'll Google it later.
It's like Christianity, but right.
Oh my God. It's the one religion that is real.
Yeah.
But we I have a lot of Indian friends,
sure.
But not that grew up Muslim like you, like so strict.
Right. Probably Hindu. Like Hindus aren't Muslim. So Hindus are like much more loose.
Yeah. And I've talked to my girlfriends a lot about how they grew up and religion and dating and things like that. But I've never interviewed my brown guy friends about their sex life. So let's get back to your sex life.
All right. So you go to college.
Yeah. You go to college.
I know. I'm so invested in this story. Like when does it hit?
I was a freshman year, weird as fuck. Couldn't talk to girls. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. Because there's no this is how you do it. This is how you talk. This is how you hang out. Like American culture, there's an energy of like how you talk to girls. Hey, it's prom night. Ask a girl out. There's like milestones of here's how you get a girl or get a guy, right? None of that. But I was also extra weird. It wasn't like every Muslim's like me. I was also like a super gamer type dude. I was never into anything like going outside of that.
Like a super introvert?
I had friends, but I was content in my world. Mm-hmm. And when you're content in your world, you don't it's kind of like a cult. You don't feel the need to learn anything new. Mm-hmm. So looking back in, you're like, yeah, what the fuck? Why don't you search up tits, Google butt, whatever? I felt no need.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would like have wet dreams and I would have these little like windsturbation outside thing, and it'd be fucking cool as fuck. But that was satisfying to me. I was like, whatever, And college started, wasn't even had an orientation. Then I meet this girl, this Pakistani girl, and she's like wild. And I'm like, okay, what's that? I want that. And even after, being her boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, still didn't fuck for like 3 more years.
Wait, how did we even get to being boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're skipping ahead.
Yeah.
Also, because I feel like you're tall. How tall are you?
6'1".
Oh, I thought it was a little, okay.
6'2".
You really stared deeply into Ashley's eyes and you tilted your head to the side and you're like 6'1".
And then it didn't work at all.
And I was like,
actually,
She's got a good poker face.
You're already too old and now you're too short. But you're
not 8 feet tall and 19. I don't think we can do this.
You're a good looking guy. Like, so women were probably like interested, right? Did this girl have to make the first move or?
Listen, I was goofy looking though.
No, I can see that.
Chops, I had like mutton chops that started like here.
Please send us that photo so we can post it on Instagram. People want to see it. The people want to see it.
Dude, I was so unfuckable. I was just a really weirdo,
All right, so
how do you even get a
meet
girlfriend?
this girl, and how do you make her your girlfriend?
Okay, so this girl is also weird, She's also like equally feral, She's like, I'm like that, she's like that, and we're like, bitch, what?
But she was wild?
She was just a wild person, didn't have any decor. She was also very Muslim, you know? So we were both super Muslim
She didn't
kids.
make decor, like there's no candles in her apartment.
I mean decorum.
Decorum.
Okay.
Oh, decorum. I was like, decor.
Decor. She had no throw blankets on the couch.
So her dorm room, she didn't have like.
No, she fucked. You know what I'm saying? No decor. She's a whore. Am I right, fellas?
Oh my!
No time for decorations. Take your pants off.
Too busy fucking to get a candle. What the fuck? Oh my god!
Did you say decorum?
He said decor.
Yeah. He said decor.
I meant as a decorum, and I came out decor, and she was like,
I was like,
"You're gonna stop the whole podcast."
I know. I was like,
bitch.
am I gonna bring it up?
I'm picturing this like dorm room with like blank walls. There's like, and you guys are just like fucking
both in straight jackets.
I was just like, why did he bring up the decor? There was none.
Decorum. It's also a word.
What is happening?
Oh my god!
All right, so you're in an empty room with bunk beds.
Yeah, so I'm in Bellevue, and there she is, we're hanging out. And so basically, it was okay because we were both very Muslim.
Okay.
And so we kind of like Muslimed our way into like, hey, I like you. And then she was like, okay. And she was like, not into me. Then I went to Bangladesh. She came back. She's like, by the way, I like you too. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then we start like going out, doing like very Muslim level stuff.
Like
right?
what?
Like kissing, holding hands, and nothing more than that. First time I sucked her tits. After I did it, I was like, I gotta go.
How do you even know how to do that?
What? I just put my mouth on it and just like moved my mouth, right?
Okay.
And after I did that, I was like, I gotta go. And I left immediately, went to my car and started like heaving. I was like, what the fuck? Holy shit, what the fuck is this? I couldn't take it. It was so wild to like even touch someone's nipples that it blew my fucking mind. And I just like stayed there like, it's okay, buddy, it's okay. Prayed to God. I was like, are we good? We're good. And I was like freaking out. But slowly went more and more. First time I touched her pussy, I like almost cried. It was like crazy. I was like undoing the Islam of my
and like
myself.
was there a thought? Obviously, there's like guilt here, but is there a thought that like that's not what your parents would want you to do?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If my mom found that out, she still thinks I'm a virgin. My mom still thinks.
She does. Yeah. Okay, so you haven't totally like rebelled against like
my
the family.
Well, I do whatever I want now, but my mom, I don't tell anything. I mean, my mom's knowledge is, very powerful. So one time she asked me, she was like,
so she won't listen to this.
Oh,
you're on a podcast and you just said that you sucked a nipple,
my mom has no idea how to open her own homepage.
Okay, my dad listens to our podcast on our website.
Yes, okay.
Do you think you could tell your mom?
White dads love their daughters so much that they hear all their sex podcasts.
I know. My dad likes listening to the sound of my voice.
Her dad's a unique breed.
I will see so many female comics like, so then I fucking like 69 the fuck out of him. Hi, Dad. It's like, what the? How are you okay with this?
Yeah, I do a bit about. I fucked this guy that worked for my dad. I did it in front of my dad, and he was like, came up to me. He was like, "You're so funny, sweetie." Like after the show,
our dads just don't care. They're just so proud of us that we make.
But my dad would. Her dad's different. My dad would never listen to this. He can see it on stage. You know, when he's drinking and there's people laughing. Because I think he's like, she's killing it. Like he would never tune into this. He literally, my brother and my dad would never listen to the podcast. My mom does every episode, but like, it's very interesting. Rayna's dad like cues up the episode. It was like, she sucked a I can't.
My dad said to me, I don't care that you give a blowjob to someone whose name you didn't know.
In fact, I love you more for it.
Honestly, I think I improved his sex life.
Rayna, honestly, you
awesome.
are well adjusted given the circumstances that's happening.
Rayna, my mom would see you and call you Satan.
Actually, when I come down to Dallas to visit my dad, I'll hook up with your mom.
And she'd love it probably.
She'll suck your mom's tit.
She'd love it. She would love it. She's waiting for it. Intakab isn't doing the job. You know.
Okay, so your parents are totally clueless.
My dad knows what the fuck is up. You know,
really?
My mom,
Okay.
one day I was like driving. She was like, Usama, she's crying. She's like, do you sleep? She couldn't even say sex. She was like, do you sleep? And I was like, 6 hours a day, baby. And she was like, what? I'm like, anyway, I'll see you later.
She meant you fuck girls and you were like 6 hours a day. I fuck.
Yeah.
I have a question. Okay, so with the girl, you said you like touched her. You said so eloquently, you touched her pussy.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of discussion between you guys? Like what I'm comfortable, like with guys, like white guys, they just do it. They just touch your pussy. But were you guys like talking about it a lot?
We had a discussion. You know, we had a
like boundaries discussion.
Boundaries and stuff. It's like, okay, are you ready for this or whatever? Or like, no.
You put your finger like, are you ready?
Okay, these two are going in 5,
You have nice
4,
hands.
3,
Very
2,
elegant.
1. Yeah.
Those are good hands.
I know. I would get fingered by those.
They're
guys.
thin.
I
You
used
have
to
thin
think,
fingers.
Is there a fingering episode, or you just get fingered by your guests?
We have a whole episode about fingering.
We do a little segment at the end where you finger us.
Hello, Patreon fans. We got this hot one for tonight.
First, you film me and Ashley fingering each other, and then you finger us.
Rayna and I do everything together.
And then your doorman comes up and they finger all of us. Okay.
No, that was when I walked into the building.
He's the substitute. We will not let Chris do it.
Chris, it's so disgusting.
Listen,
Huh?
trust no Chris.
Dude, I literally came up. I was like, Chris is hot. You're like, ugh. Guy, one of the most beautiful dudes I've seen all week. You're like, ugh.
No, we're like, do we have another doorman for you?
He's good looking. He's just,
honestly, I wish he'd walk through that door and walk into the sea because he's disgusting. He's disgusting.
Listen, he's good looking, but he doesn't have the right swag for the building. He can't join the boy band.
Dude, I walked into your building. I looked in the courtyard. I saw Chris, and he was shining. There's a halo coming out of his head. And you're like, ugh, he just cleans up. And then I look at the courtyard, and there's this girl in like a tight-ass leather Catwoman skirt, like looking at her email. I'm like, what is going on in this courtyard?
It's a nice place. Okay.
This girl's wearing like ass chaps, thongs coming out. And she's like, oh, Gmail indeed. What is going on here?
I know. And it's like we're in the heart of the East Village. It's a real oasis.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot over here.
Jesus.
There's a Peloton.
Everyone fucks on it. It's a crazy Peloton fuck parties.
Ashley saw someone on the Peloton the other day and sat in the courtyard and mean mugged him every 15 seconds, turned around.
I touched on a very important book. I wouldn't have found this out unless
I wanted to get on it and I was upset that he was on it still.
She was like, I'm going to give this guy the stink eye every 15 seconds until he leaves.
Dude, it's a problem that he's like existing in the world. In fact, if I saw him on the street, I'd kill him.
And there was another guy in the courtyard. I was, he's cute. Now she goes, oh no, everyone in the building hates him. I talk about him with the doorman all the time.
This guy lives in the common areas. Why is he in the common areas every day, all day? He'll play guitar. He's FaceTiming. He's on speakerphone.
Oh my God.
He just utilizes the common spaces.
Is this an ad for the building?
Oh my God.
Guys, we got to get back to the fingering.
Anyway, so yeah, the pussy, and we never fucked at all because it was such an unthinkable thing. Such an unthinkable thing. And then we went out for a little bit. Then sophomore year, didn't do anything with anybody. We broke up, and I was just like, no girls, back to Islam, go back into it.
Oh.
Then junior year, I was ready to fuck, but I was too scared to actually do it. So I used religion as a way to make myself not feel like shit. So I was like, I would try to fuck girls, but I'm Muslim and I can't because Islam. At that point, I was gone from that idea, but I was too much of a bitch to like act on it yet.
How did you come around to like being over
it? A girl fucking basically took my dick and fucked it.
No, that's, I mean...
Wait.
I mean, how did you...
skipping stories?
No, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I just mean like you grew up like pretty religious. You like touch a titty, you hyperventilate, you have a panic attack. So how like in a year and a half do you come around to being like, I'm done with that?
It was a lot of parties. I was being a frat. So we just go to like parties all the time. We road trip everywhere, A&M, Austin, and just like party. And so I was like, I like partying, I like people. And eventually I just met so many people in my life that I was like, okay, it's right. Like, I know what I want. Slowly you get out of that sort of mental cage you put for yourself. Like it took a while. It took a long time. But in college, you just meet so many people that, whites, blacks, Asians, whatever, you just lose that. The cages starts to like just dissipate. And so you don't realize it's happening until it happened. And you're like, oh, fuck, wait a second. I'm totally different than I was.
Right. It's a slow burn.
Right. Very slow burn.
Okay, so I love gift giving at this time of year, but when finding great gifts, things can really start to add up. And that's why this season I am shopping with Quince. Quince is the go-to place for luxury essentials at affordable prices for everyone on my list, including myself. We'd like to thank Quince for supporting our show. Go to quince.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your order. So I'm really, really glad I found this company and this site. Everything is so affordable, but looks really luxury. So as you're perusing it, they have 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They have washable silk tops and dresses. They have cotton sweaters and all kinds of comfy stuff, like just cozy pants that you can wear. I love the colors. I love the styles, but the prices are really the reason to shop here, on top of obviously the selection. Prices are 50 to 80% less than similar brands. So it's unbelievable. It partners directly with top factories to cut out the cost of the middleman, and it just passes the savings directly on to you from Quince. And I just love what they're doing. I love the styles. There's so much variety, and it is such a one-stop shop, whether you're shopping for kids, you're a significant other, your parents, anybody will really love this. You can get affordable luxury for everyone on your list with Quince. Go to quince.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your order. That's QUINCE.com/GGE for free shipping and 365-day returns. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp Therapy Online. For 10% off your first month, go to betterhelp.com/GGE. So we all carry around different stressors, big and small, throughout life. And when we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us really negatively. And therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and figure out how to work through whatever is weighing you down. And sometimes we can have journals and self-talk and friends and family that help us, but it is really, really helpful to talk to a therapist outside of that, and they can empower you to be a better version of yourself and set boundaries and work through whatever is going on with you personally, professionally, in your love life, with friends. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So you'll just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. I absolutely love what they're doing, and they make it so, so simple. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GGE today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GGE.
So yeah, this girl was a brown girl who was Indian, not Bengali. So I'm Bengali, east of India. This is a brown girl, and she was like a fucking, like, every brown group got that one brown hoe. Like, she is down. She is down. Her name's probably Pooja, or fucking, you probably know Pooja, but one brown hoe who's like, she fucks, huh? We had one of those. Her name was, we can't tell her. You know what? She probably listens to the podcast.
Call her Pooja.
Let's call her Pooja.
Okay.
Which was her name. And
oh my God. We'll call her Pooja because her name was Pooja.
Okay. Rhymes with Pooja, and it is Pooja. So Pooja was this kind of like the known. She like fucks, and she likes to fuck, and she's not sad about it, because Indian girls who fuck are very ostracized mentally, even by girls who are also fucking, like, you know how girls do with that fucking, like, fuck you, you're a whore.
Right.
Indians have that even more so, like, double.
Of course.
Right? You know this, right? And even the ones who fuck, there's like a sort of, how much of a whore can you be?
Well, how much are you like presenting your sexuality? Probably.
Right. It's how much.
Not so much that you're getting penetrated from time to time, but are you like a sexual being in public?
Yes. Intermittent penetration, or like, are you sexual, like in your
Are you
vibe?
a fucking slut?
Are you a fucking slut? So she was a slut, right? And then in the best way, in the best fucking way, she loved herself and she did what she wanted.
Go off, Pooja.
You go off, Pooja. But with her pussy. Okay.
I can't handle this.
Jesus Christ.
Can I just give a shout out to all my ladies who are just slutting it up and love themselves. You know, like
you do it like you're listening to Tiesto too. Like, dang it.
No, I'm doing the single ladies.
You have single ladies. Yes. That would never be a Brown song because she would get married by the end of the song.
Yeah.
Like okay, you're married now. So she, we were in a frat, and so that frat was kind of like dudes were fucking. We're in that frat, and we had this one beta kite day at a party, and she came up to me. It's like I'm like a fucking like weirdo kid. Again, I'm still like a weird guy, mutton chops, but it was known that I was funny at that point. So by that point, I was like a funny guy, and so she liked that. And she came up to me. She like just literally walked up to me. She's like, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be the best fuck you ever had."
Oh my god!
19-year-old Pooja is dropping lines like this.
19.
She was I think freshman, so I think 18 and a freshman year. And she was like, "I'm gonna be the best fuck you ever had." And I looked.
You were like, "You'll be the only."
I was like, "There is no way you're wrong about that." And she's like, "Ooh."
I can't, like, I'm feeling like anxious as like a virginal.
Yes. And she came at me with a very, very sexual energy. And I was.
You think?
I had to be like, yeah, me too.
No, totes, yeah.
You as well. For sure.
Listen, Pooja, there's a lot of competition for that role, but I'll let you apply.
Pooja, do you have decor?
Pooja, are you decorous? Okay. And she came up to me. She's like, I have the best decor you ever saw. I'm like, okay, Pooja. Throw pads like you've never seen.
Tchotchkes everywhere.
Yeah. Driftwood on my wall.
It says
that
live, laugh, love.
You don't even know.
Exposed brick.
Oh, cornucopia. Pine cones strewn about.
A cinnamon broom.
I will never outlift you on this. I will never have more to say than you guys.
Cinnamon broom, I saw one this morning and just came to me and Trader Joe's.
And I bought 10, okay? Cinnamon broom, Jesus fuck. In Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, they were so fucking white. Okay. Jeez. Like Rayna's white, but Ashley is on some other shit.
Ashley went to Trader Joe's and got a cinnamon broom. Are you?
Dude,
I'm white, but I'm not Trader Joe's.
Rayna has an inner Puerto Rican. You are so white, it's like illegal. Like cinnamon broom. What the fuck?
The podcast is over after
Ashley
this. We will never have a better
Lily
episode
Pulitzer down to Trader Joe's.
Ashley, I realized after all this time, Ashley has no idea, actually. So yeah.
We were talking about decor. You said you can't outriff me on decor. So listen, just let me live.
I bought candles this morning that are wrapped in wood. They're everywhere.
Oh my God. Okay.
Guys, I'm so hot.
That is the problem. So anyway, this bitch. So she hit me up. She's like, "Hey, this is my dorm. Get over here. And if you don't bring some cinnamon brooms, you can bother coming, okay?" So
literally.
You can rub your dick with the wind. Run around.
Well, I care.
Yeah, go catch a breeze.
Run around the quad.
Go catch a breeze, bitch. Hey, what's the barometric pressure on that dick? Jesus Christ. Ugh.
We will get one story out by the end of this hour and a half, we promise you guys.
Oh my God.
So I'm terrified. And as I was talking to her, all my friends knew I was trying to get laid. And so basically they were doing that thing where, like, as you're talking to a girl, they're like humping from behind her. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing that dudes do. They're like, you're talking to a girl and they're like, and then she turns around. They're like, they always do it. They stop 1 second too late. So they see like two idiots, right?
It's like straight out of American Pie.
Right?
Were you drinking, by the way? Do you drink? Did you drink back then?
I drink now. What back then was not drinking.
Okay. Not drinking. Okay.
So I never even bought condoms before. I had never even done that. So
you're a virgin who doesn't drink.
I don't fucking drink. So then I go to 7-Eleven because she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to my dorm. Come whenever." Right?
Wow.
So this is like a dude's fucking dream. It's just a girl be like, "Hey, you suck. I'm gonna get you." Right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, fuck yeah." And then I run to my friends. I'm like, "Where do I go to buy condoms?" And they're like, "Go to 7-Eleven." I'm like, "Okay, bruh." So I go to 7-Eleven, and there's an Indian guy there, obviously, and he looked at me with such happiness, like. He hadn't seen an Indian guy in like years, right? Yeah. And I'm like, you have no idea what's about to happen. So then I go, and I'm like, okay, I heard the word Trojan before. I'll buy a Trojan. Mm-hmm. So I get the gray box. I was like, okay, fucking Trojan. I get the Trojans. And then he looks at me like, "Oh, you're one of those Indians, huh? Who fuck." And then he's like so sad. And I buy the condoms. Get out of here. I hate that guy. Almost cries seeing me buy condoms. I don't know how to put on condoms, so I'm in my car.
Practicing.
So
in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, right? But it's a middle of a park. It's a middle. You know, like parking lots that have like rows, right?
We've been to them before.
You know parking lots, right?
Yeah.
So
was it daylight? Your dick's out in the daylight.
It was like 7 p.m., right?
Yeah, they were at a party, right?
Yeah, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. We left already from the party, and so I'm at the 7-Eleven parking lot. And I'm trying on, put pants were off, I'm trying on
condoms.
I'm doing the roll up, roll off thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I heard you have to roll up and roll off to see which side it is. So I'm doing that. As I'm doing that, a car just like comes with its headlights. And then it's like my dick is like right above the steering wheel. And they just see it. And then they like,
oh no.
They literally just back out and just leave. They don't even stay for whatever they have to buy. So they just like, they saw my dick. I was like, ah. They back out, bounce. I'm like, fuck, I lose 2 condoms in the situation. And the last
They're expensive for a college kid.
Exactly. So I go to this girl's dorm and she's like ready. She's like, and I'm blown away. This is like a terrifying thing. She's a little drunk. She's like drunk as fuck. And then I'm like skinnier than I am now. I'm very, very skinny, like bored. And she's like, hey, wait. We're like making out. She like stops it. She's like, wait, you're not a virgin, are you? And I'm like, what? No. But I wanted to leave room for me to suck. So I was like, it's been a long time though.
Good
you know
job.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
right? That was very on the move quick.
Right. Okay. Feel free to steal that line, girl.
Yes. It's been a long time though. So even if you suck, it's okay. You're not a fucking virgin. It's not weird.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got you. She gets on top and she does 2 pumps, 3 pumps, and then she passes out on me.
What?
Because she's so drunk.
Dick inside,
right?
Passes out,
Holy
right?
Shit.
And I'm skinny and she's very not as skinny as me. So now I'm like suffocating under her body. I can't breathe. And I'm like under her like left tit. I can't breathe.
So you suck it a little bit.
I suck it a little bit. I'm like, okay, still got it. Daddy still got it.
Still know my way around the nipple.
Oh my God.
I don't think those Thai boys in a cave fucked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a little moment. So yeah, I was like, okay, Papa gonna get a little squeeze in. And obviously not. I was terrified. She was like on me and I was like, I couldn't like literally like not breathe. I had to push her off like one boob at a time, right? Okay. I finally got off, right? And I was like, wait, this is sex? Yo, this is why I'm going to hell. So then what I did was like, as I was still like still like on my dick, I started praying like immediately. So I had like cum dick and I was like, okay, which ways? Okay, start praying. Oh God. I was so freaked out from sex.
Yeah.
That I just started praying right there. And it was literally my condom was hanging out. I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
She's dead on the bed.
She is.
You're naked, covered in cum.
Bloody, you know.
And you're praying.
And I'm praying.
Really like a profound
if someone
moment.
walked in on that would not be a good look.
It was fucking crazy, right? And then I stayed over, and then next day we woke up and we fucked again. It was fine.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you just
fucked in the morning?
Yeah.
This is like a profound experience.
Yeah, very intense. Very intense. Because I'm very elastic, right? So I can. Back then I was very, very rigid, but once I went past, crossed the Rubicon, I was like, okay, let's go.
Okay.
So once I had that first inside moment, I was like, holy fuck.
Wait, this really took a turn though. Like you were like praying all night long and you just woke up and were like, fuck it, let's do it again.
Then I woke up again. I was like, you know what? This is fucking great.
I'm already going to hell. So
I'm already going to hell.
Okay.
It was very much a fucking situation.
Is that really how you felt? I'm just making fun of you, but is that really how you felt? Like I'm already going to go to hell. So like I might as well just keep doing it.
It was a moment, but then I was like, I didn't think about it. I was like, okay, this could be bad later on. You know what I'm saying? On Judgment Day, they just show my cum dick praying. They're like, hey, what's this, huh?
Remember
this? Remember when you were cum dick praying? And I was freaking out, but I was like, whatever. This is so good. It was such a good feeling. She was so like a porn, like it was like a girl that sexually realized with a guy that not sexually realized is such a fucking gift to that guy. And I think girls, when they do that, it's like really, they don't realize how cool they're being.
That's so great. It's, what's also so crazy is like to be sober, like, and like lose your virginity, to like a stranger sober. I mean, it's just so wild to even think about. Cause like how many, like, most people, you got to drink your way through your early sex life. Right.
It was crazy. It was wild. I was terrified of the docking. So I was like,
of the what?
Docking the dick into the pussy.
Like getting in there.
Like how do I get it in?
That was the most terrifying thing. So when she got on top, it was like a godsend.
Okay.
I was so scared. I thought it was like you had 2 tries, and if you didn't work, you were just you couldn't fuck.
Because you're like not watching a ton of porn at this point, right?
No.
You're like, okay. And did you guys? So like, what happens day 2? Do you keep like fucking or
we then it becomes like one of those like fuck situations where it's like we fuck every once in a while, you know, like every couple of days. I just go to her dorm, we fuck. And then she hits me with the, what are we? And then we stop. But then I meet a girl I do want to be with, kind of as a girlfriend. And then I start going out with her. Then I meet her the next day, the first girl, on a bus. And she sees me with the girlfriend. And she's like, oh, well, who's this bitch?
And all of a sudden you turn into a player. You were like this virginal guy.
She's like, I changed your whole life and this is how you repay me.
Oh, I know.
I come in like a purple hat and like feathers.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a pimp now.
Thanks for everything, Pooja.
Thanks for everything,
I've
Pooja.
moved on.
Which is not your real name, which it is.
XOXO.
XOXO, goodbye. And since then, been steadily coming up in the ranks, you know.
Okay.
Trying to, you know, been trying to make up for lost time ever since.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, do.
And is this something that you discuss with your siblings?
No. I would now. I don't give a fuck.
How old are your siblings?
4 years older.
Okay.
And then one is 3 years younger.
I was just curious because I mean, like, I have an opposite sex sibling, so like we would have talked about sex growing up, but I didn't know if like you like.
That's so interesting.
Who do you turn to? I mean, obviously you had friends, but you don't talk about that within your family.
Like, are they still on the like conservative?
No. They're chill. My brother's married. My little brother's he's fucking this white girl. It's all good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, we all came out of it. You know, I was the most Muslim out of all of them. I was really like in it, but once we got out of it, we got up pretty nice.
When you go home, do you still like pray and adhere to like those things with your parents?
My discipline's gone, you know. I still have like a spiritual bent to it. But that's about, I'm not codified like that.
So you date white women.
Sure.
Do your parents disapprove of that?
They don't know. They don't know what I do.
No, I know, but if you like, let's talk about down the road. Like, do you want to get married one day?
Sure.
Okay.
My brother's dating a white one, you know, and he brought that white girl to like a family thing.
Oh,
you know
okay.
But it wasn't chill. It was like my mom was cool with it. She was like, okay, you know, I'll deal with it. My dad was kind of like, what is this? What the fuck? You know, and kind of like not as okay. But, you know.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was like we won't like actually support it. So I didn't know if that was what you were dealing with.
Yeah, no, it's much more don't talk, don't tell kind of thing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever, right? And New York is so fucking chill, you know? Like everyone's fucking everybody. It doesn't matter.
No,
right?
Absolutely.
But okay, so if you're like 20, you start dating somebody, like how did that affect your ability to like sexually experiment and ask for things you want?
Sure. It was, I mean, dude, the day I kissed a girl for the first time, y'all were doing anal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was not doing anal that day. I don't know if
I might have been getting like my asshole like licked.
Yeah, I didn't do anal till 2012.
2012, really?
Probably.
Late bloomer.
Yeah, my anal did not bloom. No, 2011 is the first time I did anal.
After the $800 dinner?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how much it cost.
2011. It cost anal in this town? In this town.
In this town. Well, what would you...
That's not adjusted for inflation. I feel like today it'd be $1,200 for that.
Yeah, I don't know. The market's weird right now.
Semester.
I don't know. During COVID, it might come back down.
Right.
Westchester.
What's the ass market these days? I mean, how much would it cost at this point?
To stick it in my butt? Yeah. How much you got?
I have a wink and a vibe. So I got
a vibe.
And I got some cinnamon brooms in the back.
Cinnamon broom.
We can work with that.
How many cinnamon brooms? So
Can we videotape it and send it to Dylan, and then maybe he'll fall in love with you from jealousy?
Oh my God. We're going to send it to Brian Park and be like, get some friends.
This is how you make friends, all right?
This is how you make friends, Brian. Brian didn't even fuck us. It was so weird. So did you feel like you had to overcome a lot of this, of like the guilt stuff? Like,
I want to finish that about like asking for stuff and like, can you?
It's the same question, basically. The idea is here. Okay. So when I started fucking, I was still kind of like locked in a little bit. Once I got to New York to do stand-up, right? Because I was going to go to med school in A&M.
We got to talk about this.
Fuck that. I was like, fuck that. The day before I leave, I just came to New York to comedy, right? When I came to New York, that was the moment I was like, okay, let's live on the other side of this. Let's take off everything that was holding me back and go that much more sex positive. So that's when everything opened up. That's when asses were being licked, you know, rods were being shoved, you know, anything was down. 69s, fucking ass eating. What else is crazy? Fucking mask shit.
Yeah. And I have a kind of more serious question. Do you still believe in your religion?
Sure. Yeah. But it's not, let's codify it. It's not as like, oh, this is what's happening, or like, this is it. It was just more, it's more like universalist kind of, it's more like macro.
Okay.
Right. Like, well, and I like my parents are Unitarian Universalism.
Sure,
like
sure.
they're kind of like, yeah, there's higher power,
ones.
but we're like, we grew up Christian Methodist, like not super strict ever, but they've kind of like, yeah, we're spiritual. There's a higher being, but who's to say? So I was just curious if you ever rejected it. Like, this is bullshit. Like I can live my life and have sex and do these things that are like, I'm not supposed to do and still be like a good person and not go to hell.
Well, sure. Also, Islam is not a monolith, so it's not like it's like every Muslim guy is like that. I just assumed it was like that. So that's why when I left it, I was like, oh, thank God I'm gone. But really, you go back to it because you realize there's so many types of Muslims, and there's so many. It's a gradient of thought and how people, and even the most Muslims have differing ideas on the highest level of sex or drinking, or whatever. So at that point, you just kind of let go. You're like, okay, I can be Muslim and fuck. It's okay.
Okay.
Everyone, I still get death threats on fucking Instagram from like random fucking Muslim dudes.
Oh my gosh.
Who like don't know how to fucking like do grammar, but they'll do death threats, but in like Yoda grammar. You know what I'm saying? Like, kill you I must, But
they feel like you're somebody that has a platform and you're not using it for the way that
bullshit.
Y'all
get random dudes, right? Who try to like subjugate y'all, right?
I mean, everybody has an opinion about how you should use your platform.
Men and women.
Y'all like yourselves, So that is so scary to a dude. Like just seeing Rayna be like, yeah, what the fuck? Like that, if I was a beta male, that would freak me out.
There's this dude that like DMs me like really like insulting stuff like once a week probably, and I just like let him live in there, and I will never block him, and I will never look like I'll see him every once in a while, and then I go in and he has been having a conversation with himself insulting me for months. I'm like, how pathetic and obsessed are you?
My mind that y'all fuck as much as y'all do because y'all see positive qualities in that many men. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get through all that personality to fuck?
Well, it's a special kind of person that sees something on the internet,
I don't
stops their day.
I want to be clear. I'm not out here. I could be fucking more.
I think it is a special kind of disgusting person that sees something on the internet, stops their day, sends a stranger a horrible message that you insulted me and my personal beliefs when listening. That has nothing to do with you. And that is like a sad, pathetic person. And those bad persons not having sex.
But here's the thing. It's like in this patriarchal society, right? It's still very much like someone who is unapologetically themselves, especially if they're a girl. It is like not lauded. It's like, ugh, why are you like being so yourself?
Yeah.
Possibly because those dudes are scared to be themselves. So when they see you being like completely one with your energy, they're like, oh, fuck.
Some guys, because some guys, the right guys love it.
Awesome. Yeah. That's even cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I see a lot of it in New York. Like Adam. I have a question about your sexual exploration because you brought something up. We were talking about what we were going to talk about today, and you brought up open relationships.
Boom.
Is that something that you felt like I have been like stifled my whole life sexually, and so I'm not going to like tether myself to one person?
Wait, you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I didn't know.
Do that?
She's back in.
I don't know. I wanted to be monogamous. I don't know if I'm in now.
He hasn't met you yet. Now you guys can be together.
Is that the twist of this podcast?
No, we just invite dudes on, and then we like rock, paper, scissors for who gets to fuck them.
Yeah.
Girls got to eat.
But we're gonna wait till the fingering to decide.
Patreon.
But the open relationship stuff, you brought it up, and I don't know if you've ever been in an open relationship, but you brought it up. So did you feel like I can't be like tethered to one person because I've been stifled
because I'm making up for last time?
Tethered. Yeah. When I didn't fuck for a long time, I definitely had that vibe. I was like, okay, time to fucking let's make it happen. And New York is the place. If you're trying to like be a not Muslim guy who fucks a lot, like New York, right? So that was going on for a while. I met this girl who's super cool, European, and she was like, hey, I want to kind of be with you, but I kind of want to fuck other people. And I was like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do it. And so it was like, I'm open with that, whatever. It's just like one of those things I'm like, I'm not seeking it out, but I'm open to whatever comes.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it was like someone else that kind of like opened your eyes to it.
Women have taken me on this journey. It's not really me doing anything. Women have been like, all right.
I love to hear that.
I like that you leaned into it.
You know what I'm saying?
And so it was just sort of like open rules. Like if you were out for the night, like if you did a set, you got off stage and some girl was like, let's go for a drink. Like, was it cool if you went on a date with somebody else? I'm always curious what people's parameters are in open relationships.
Open relationships, it's all about, people think it's just like you just fuck and high five and it's all good.
Well, I think they're all different too.
There's a million different ones.
I think they're all different.
Yeah. They're all different. I think every single one, in my opinion, has to have dialogue in it. You have to talk about the rules or else it's not going to work. Or else the ego comes out. So that's the main thing. It's not about just fucking. It's about talking all the time about what's good. You good? You're good? You're good? We're doing this. I'm going out, but you good? Our thing was, okay, don't talk, don't tell. Don't bring her into my life and I won't bring them into your life, but just like, but I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend.
Okay.
And so like you help me, you support me, I support you, all that is there, but we can fuck anyone we want.
Okay.
That started fraying when she started like going through my phone sometimes and then saw like some black tits and she was like, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, it's whatever, you know? And then she's like, but then it was the worlds were colliding.
Were you allowed to go on dates with people and have sleepovers with people?
Sleepovers? You mean like fuck them in their house?
I just I'm always interested about what people's boundaries are because every open relationship that we've talked about has a totally different parameter. Like we've met comics that like on the road can fuck somebody, but at home you're my primary partner, whatever.
Yeah, you can stay over. It's all good, but just don't bring her into my life. I don't want to know about her.
I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, for me, it would be like I don't want to know anything. I want to actually believe that like this is a monogamous relationship, even if I'm even if I'm seeing other guys too. Like just completely don't want to know. And it would need to be more like if I dated somebody that traveled, it was like do what you got to do on the road, but like I hope that you don't like start to really develop feelings for this person and like whatever, go get a blowjob, fine,
that's fun,
but as opposed to like you're texting funny stuff with this, so that's what would hurt my heart. Like I've always said that, like if I were dating somebody and it was like I found out that they got their dick sucked or whatever by somebody at a bachelor party, for example, as opposed to I see something of them like flirting and being funny and sharing inside jokes, I would hurt so much more.
I got you. Same with you? Same shit?
100%. I mean, I always sort of liken it to comedians because like I think about like if my man was like on the road all the time, got off stage in like Kansas City, and somebody wanted to blow them, like go off, like go for it. But if like
get off and go off.
If I looked at your like text messages and I saw you guys had like inside jokes and you were like, that would break my heart.
It would break my heart.
What the fuck is this? And it's like a SpongeBob meme. What the fuck is this?
Laughing. I mean, if you want to talk about funerals, that's fine. You can talk about sad stuff. But I don't want any prolonged community. But that's hard. I think that's everybody's concern is that it's a slippery slope.
Right.
That like the next day you do text the person, you're like, thanks for the blowjob, that was great. And then like
they make you laugh and then
you say a funny thing. Exactly.
Like that would be my bar too. So no other funny women.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. So if she's
woman in your life.
Yes.
Got you.
Right?
That makes total sense.
If she tells a joke, you can't ever talk to her again.
Okay. That's insane. Knock, knock, bitch, I'm gone. I'm gone.
You crossed the line.
Knock, knock, bitch.
Guess
who do you think you are?
Or, what would be ideal is that she tries to be funny and she's not. So that you can fuck that girl.
Oh, sure. Oh, God. That, and then you just like look over a dead fucking corpse like, you suck.
You fucking suck. But thanks for blowing my boyfriend. Because I didn't really want to last week.
Honestly, we're going to go to a Dave Chappelle show and you're not invited. Okay.
Thank you note from both of you.
Thank you for taking care of that blowjob.
Sincerely, his bitch.
Tyler really needed one and I just wasn't up for it.
Tyler really needed
I was writing jokes for when he got back.
I forget who, this is not my joke, but this was a comedian back in Atlanta and I loved his joke about him saying like, Hillary was smart to like outsource the blowjobs to Monica Lewinsky. Like, of course, she was like, yeah, let the intern blow you. I don't have time. Yeah. Like, I love that joke. I was like, you think Hillary didn't know?
You think
that
you
Bill was like,
go to Libya and blowjobs? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, Hillary's like, I don't have time for this.
Benghazi
Call
and
Monica.
And Monica, speaking of like who took that shit to the next level, like she is on a tour. That woman is on a blowjob tour.
We should have her on.
She would kill it.
Oh, she's actually like, she's out here. She's on these streets right now.
And she does like opening jokes about it too. Like I remember.
You got to own it.
She's like, so Bill was at my place the other day and everyone's like, go off, bitch. Like Monica owns it in the coolest way.
She's definitely into death threats, but yes. She's got men in the DMs ripping her apart, but go off, Monica.
Listen, she owns it. If I gave the most famous blowjob of all time, I would never stop talking about
honestly,
it.
she should have like a collab with Kmart, like blue dress, like the blue dress line. Like that would crush.
I have one more thing to say about the open relationship thing. I always find open relationships interesting because like it sometimes seems like one person wants it or the other one doesn't, or that like they're doing it as a last ditch effort to save the relationship, which someone once gave us the advice that like that's like the worst time to do it is when things are bad between you, and I thought that was interesting.
Well, it's all ego based, you know. If the ego comes in, that's when the thing starts to derail. When you can do an open relationship and both partners have no ego, like they're just like, I respect you and love you, you respect and love me, and your actions do not reflect on me, and my actions don't reflect on you. That's power. Now you're cooking with some fucking gas. When the moment you try to have the ego towards it, like you belong to me, any sort of property energy of like you're mine, that's when it goes off.
Well, but that's like doing work and like being really evolved. Like, because I'm the first person to admit, like, I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. Like, I am a little more territorial. Like, I don't know, but you never know. Like, that's just like inner work and shit like that. I feel like.
Yeah, like the gasoline. If I found out you slept with somebody, like, I'd burn your house down. That's where the gasoline comes in. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to move on a little bit from like sex and relationships and talk about the fact that you're a comedian and your parents wanted you to be a doctor.
Sure.
Because I think that's probably what a lot of people deal with, Muslim aside. Anything, white parents, like whatever, like this is what you're supposed to do in life. It's supposed to be a doctor, a lawyer, a politician, whatever. And you just like are like, no, I'm going to do something else. Like, was there contention there?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because when you're like American kid, and you find your thing. You're like, oh my God, I found my thing. Mm-hmm. This is amazing. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Yes. If you're like an Asian kid and you find your thing, you're like, wow, what an amazing side hobby I just found to supplement my actual income. So you have that idea for like years, right? Yeah. Even when I started comedy in junior year of college, I was doing it once a month, maybe in Dallas.
That you really knew. Like,
I kind of was scared though, So I was like, I don't know. And even to the very end, I was like, I'm going to do med school. I'm going to get into med school. It's all good.
Okay.
I saw this one documentary. Have you all seen this one documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi?
Yes. It's like the most famous documentary. It was like
such a fucking famous documentary.
Jiro. He's this famous sushi chef in Tokyo. I went to the restaurant when I went to Tokyo. Like when documentaries became like really hot. I feel like documentaries became like super hot like 5-6 years ago, and that was like the one everybody watched.
It was the one. Okay. Right? Love how like you were like blown away that I even asked you if you watched it.
I'm honestly kind of offended. It's like, remember,
I'm fucking from Tokyo. Okay. So Jiro was dreaming of sushi.
Okay.
What happened? I saw the film, and midway through the film, there's a scene. I don't even remember it. It's like where he's talking about all he wants to do in life is get better at making sushi. That's his whole purpose. And they play some Max Richter behind it, some fucking beautiful orchestra, and he's like they're slowly slicing the fish on the video, and he's just like, all I want to do is create all of my life. He's like, that's all I want to do, and all I want to do is like upgrade and just keep going higher, not reaching the top, but just the idea of me going to the top is the life. Mm-hmm. That blew my mind. The idea that you could live not on some acquisitional shit, but on some day by day is the purpose. Mm-hmm. That, as an Indian kid or Bengali kid, is such a foreign idea. Everything you're living to acquire something, a job, a wife, a marriage, kids, that's your entire framework. Then Jiro comes in, he's like, listen, doing is the thing. And just getting better at that thing is the thing. That blew my fucking mind. And from then on, I was like, all right, I'm doing comedy. I have to do it.
Oh my gosh.
I have to go do it. It's such a
and I love that you likened comedy to, I love that you picked cooking, because when you said like, that people pick these things, it's outside the realm, I thought of cooking, because it's like not what you dream of, like, is your child's gonna like struggle and, be in this industry where there's no clear path to success and there's no like climbing up the ranks, like with comedy and entertainment and things like that. And so I don't think people dream of their children doing it, but like what a great special thing to do and how brave to do like the creative thing.
It was a crazy thing to even think about. And if I look back, I was naive. I was 23, so I didn't really know what was coming. If I had known, maybe I wouldn't have done it. But like the level of heart that came right after was so gargantuan that I was like, okay, wow, I'm really living it now. But that moment, that Jiro moment, I was like, okay, there's no other choice. I have to do the thing that is going to make every day have purpose, or else what's the point? And I can't think of one other moment in my life watching a documentary that it fucking, because I'm not going out saving whales. Blackfish didn't fucking help me save killer whales, but here I am living exactly how Jiro's living. So it was formative.
But sometimes it's not a documentary. Someone could say that, or you could hear it on a podcast, or you could read it in a book. Like, it's just the concept that you never thought of. Like, no matter where.
It could have been fucking The Artist's Way, whatever it was. Right. It hit me at the right time.
Right.
Maybe really the right time. Like one more day and I would have been in med school. So how crazy is it? It's just a wild.
That is really crazy. Yeah. So you like called off med school, and like, how was this telling your parents, I want to be a comedian?
Oh boy, you want to do like a pots and pans thrown at my face.
Oh my God.
My mom was like, okay. Smiling, that fucking smile thing. Hi, okay, yeah, sure. Bah, just starts throwing fucking ding-a-ding-a, but like the other way, like really bad. Like minor chords, And my dad is the single dad tier, He's like, all I wanted you to do was to help people. And And I'm like, Dad, I can still help people.
Yeah.
But there's not that concept that you can help people without 4 jobs.
Are your brothers doctors?
My little brother is a data scientist. My older brother is a accountant. So I was the one
that was supposed to be the doctor.
Exactly.
Oh no.
So that's why the tier was for my journey.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Okay. And how has it evolved in the last 6 years?
Now they're chill. So over the years, I just stuck to it. I got a couple credits. If they see you on TV, you're in now.
100%.
Because then they understand that. They understand what that is. You know? So once they saw that, they were like, okay, we're good.
I think it's really inspirational, like a beautiful message. And we like joking around a lot, but like even when we started the podcast, like explaining to my 73-year-old father what a podcast was, I'm like, it's like kind of like the radio, and like even explaining like how you make money. Like my parents had like a hard time understanding. Like I worked at Amazon, I worked at big tech companies, I made a ton of money, trajectory to like be like sales, all this bullshit, and it's like I left all that to do creative things, and I think that's scary for a parent. And like, but then they see you like on stage or succeeding, and it's I just like that message of like just put your head down and do it.
I think, and also people think in America that like, okay, you found your dream, it's fucking good now. So much of it's such a romanticized thing, the dream. Really, the problems start when you start your dream, because now you give a fuck about something and you're clicked into life, and now everything means something. Every moment has meaning, which is kind of a curse in a lot of ways, because you can't be like fucking Vikings and then just like watch football and that's your life.
Right.
That's a good life. It's not a bad life, because he doesn't have to engage in his life every moment. Everything matters once you find your thing, because life is just locked.
And then you're not ever separated from your thing.
That's what it is.
Like it's always
it's your
it.
Thing.
You become
and you become your thing. You Han Solo. You're like encased in your thing, and it's such a fucking. People don't realize that it's like kind of double-edged sword. Like it is beautiful, but you're taking on the world's weight every day, because now you can't disengage from your own life and its purpose.
Right. Well, if you go to med school, nobody can take away being a doctor from you. But if you decide to be a comedian, you sit at home every day and don't do anything, like everybody can come and get in front of you and take away from you. You know, like you got to hustle every day for what you do.
Yeah. And I was such a fucking Jesus Christ, like in New York, you're like comedy's so fragile, right? Like just the idea of it. And there was a time when I was like starting and I was like really hustling and going for it like 4 times a day. But like started fucking some comics, and I was like, even fucking a comic or two can like undo your dream, and you're like, you forget how volatile this dream is.
Oh my God, let's talk about it. Yeah, and let's talk about funny women.
Yes.
Too.
Oh fuck.
We're pivoting.
This is the perfect like segue.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay, funny women.
You did a great job. Well, okay, so what do you mean it could unravel, because you fucked some comedians, and name them all? And
first name, last name? I got you.
Also, can I just ask one more final question? Sure. This is deep again. Do you feel like your parents are proud of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like all I ever want in life is to make my parents proud. You know, so I'm glad they're proud of you now.
It's great. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it's a wild thing, and it took a long time.
No more pots and pans at your head, which is great for you. And then another question: do they think you're funny?
Like, too much generational gap for laughing.
Okay,
you know, but
there's no laughter in your home.
My mind.
No, we would never.
Yeah. Why does someone laugh like he's never laughed before? What's that about? We're not hanging out like, hey, daddy, blah, and my dad's like, boop, bada boop.
But do you try to do humor they would laugh at, or you don't care?
My mom is like, my mom is like, why don't you do comedy about being a good kid? Like, what? What about comedy about helping around the house? Bitch, what?
About vacuuming.
Do comedy about how you're the worst. You know, it's like seriously, like she has no concept, you know? Like, because comedian was a term used for the word drunkard in Bengali. So it's like, there's no concept.
Oh, like you think you're a comedian. Okay, I got it.
You're like your funny skits. I love when Rachel Feinstein is like, are you going to use that in your skits?
Skits? Yeah. It's like, are we in camp right now? What the fuck is going on?
All right. Okay. Anyways, okay. So you fucked all these comedians.
Yeah, I mean, you don't realize that it could be dicey until you're like in it, and this thing you care about so much, like comedy. I want to be a comedian, and then comics are hot. You know, what are you gonna do? You know,
and you're around them.
You're around them, and they're chill as fuck, and they appreciate that you're funny.
You're not supposed to shit where you eat, man, but we all do.
A girl's gotta eat. You know? Do you guys try to work the name of the podcast in every podcast?
No.
I would always try to do that if my podcast.
We don't even like introduce each other. Like we feel like
I've been listening for years.
We've heard other podcasts, which I think is great. And they're like, hey, I'm Ashley and I'm Rayna. And we like never do that. Like people just have to listen and try to figure it out. So
who sounds taller?
It's like anything else. Like you gravitate towards people you have similar interests to.
It's such a great time. And they're so hot. Like a funny woman who's like got command of the stage and she's doing like, she's owning the room. It's like a hot thing to see. It's like, whoa, you are alchemy, you know? It's like fucking like creating something from nothing. And there's no You're not under any gaze. You just are. That is hot. Seeing someone in their actual like they're just purpose, they're just living it out. What's harder than that? And so when you see a girl kill, it's like fucking hot. And that's happened like twice, in
history. But you think it's hot, but let's talk about why men don't want that.
Well, men are not seeing, like, funny women, not all funny women are on a stage commanding a room, selling out a theater. Like, just a regular funny girl. Do men like that?
Men do not like that. Most men.
Okay.
A lot of men. All right.
Well, that's the end of the discussion.
Okay,
Thanks, guys, for coming.
Here's the thing.
No, I want to unpack why.
I say because most men have been inculcated with very fragile male values. Be the man. You are the king, etc. Right? It's like you have to keep your space, right? And you are above. So when they see a woman who is, again, herself and is not, her existence isn't affected by my existence, like the male's existence, that freaks them out. So like, why is my presence not making you weird or making you like different? Wait, you don't need me in your life? Oh, fuck. Not only that, but you're excelling without me, even scarier. Mm-hmm. The idea that I'm not the top of the society, I might not even be required in the society, is so scary to a guy because he's been fed this idea that he's the king of all the chimps or whatever. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So a girl, it's not seen as hot to be funny because it is undoing. Because funny is one of those factors that creates the king. Tall, hot,
center of attention,
body, funny.
You're the alpha.
Funny is alpha as well.
Yeah.
So it's an alpha quality. If I don't have that alpha quality, a guy can be like, oh no.
Well, and I think that's what you said. I watched a clip of you on Remy's podcast of saying that, like, whether you're on a stage with a mic in your hand or you're just at a party and you're making people laugh, like you have become the alpha in the room.
Oh yeah.
And that is what a man can't handle, or why he's not interested.
He can't handle it. And I think New York is way better about it. Like, New York has a lot of cool people on both ends. You go to fucking Idaho and be funny in a bar, that guy is like, what? In New York, it's all cool because people are chilly. A lot of alphas are here in New York. A lot of alphas. So, and once you become an alpha, truly, seeing an alpha woman kill it would turn you on even more so. And that's like, now you're playing with some real hot shit where both people are like, can feel as hot as they want. Because so I hate when I see on a date, I hate this shit when it's like this hot girl. Like, we're talking like, oh, and then this dude who's like just talking. And this girl's just like, yeah,
right,
cool. And she's trying to be like here with this guy, so like he'll think that she's hot. But I'm like, girl, you are fucking so hot. And this guy's just like, so yeah, it's NASDAQ and Triple Crown. I bet on it. And then they're like, and it's like all this is wrong because he sucks on a both face and vibe level, and you're better than him on both like a vibe and a face level. What are you doing here?
Right. What are you doing?
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
And so that's why when I see a hot girl like kill it, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's because you like yourself. It seems like if you're like a funny...
I'm not affected by her killing.
Yeah. If you're like a funny girl and like you're like, do guys like funny girls? Like, you got to find somebody that's secure enough to like sort of take the back seat 100%. While you are being funny. Fuck a person that doesn't like you because you're funny.
Oh, and
that person is a pussy.
I'll do you one more, fans of this podcast.
Do it.
Not only do I like funny girls, I will only fuck funny girls.
Okay.
But... comedians, or are we done with comedians? Because we didn't really tidy that talk up.
Sure.
So because there's funny girls and there's girls that are in your space competing with doing stand up. So do you still do that, or did it get too messy?
Well, it was mostly good. Mostly good, and then one or two the dismount was off. You know what I'm saying? Like because I feel like if you fuck a comic or fuck someone in your professional world, it's fine. But that first hang afterwards got to be the coolest, chillest thing. Because she's looking to you, you're looking to her, like to be like, okay, what's the vibe now? Because we changed it with the fuck. Mm-hmm. So now this second, when you see it at the show, you got to go extra to be like, it's all good. Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Most dudes don't do that when they fuck comics, and then like it all becomes weird. Yeah, and it derails.
And I think that it can. Maybe best case scenario is that you're both quote unquote comics, but maybe you have a little bit different path. So maybe one person is a podcaster like Rayna and I do, and maybe the other partner is like just really trying to do stand up and like really trying to get a special and take that route. So I think it's kind of good when you, maybe if you're in the same space, but different ultimate goals and you're not just like directly competing all the time, which also can still work 100%. You can still do that and it can work. But I think it's nice when you're kind of like, this person works in this thing and this person's more their TV writing and this, you know, I don't know.
When it compliments. Yeah.
When it's complimentary.
Really
and then you look up to each other in those spaces. Like I dated a comic that I felt like he was funnier. Like he'd just been doing comedy and like I looked up to him. I think he looked up to me for that I was more successful in doing like the business side. So you both just, I don't know why we're going down this road, but like you have to kind of like
no, I think it's
look up to each other and not be like, I'm so much better than this person in every way. That's not a relationship that would ever work in the first, but in any world.
I just think it's applicable to most jobs. People are always like, should I fuck my coworker? It's different in like an entertainment industry where you are actually competing for the same things and the same opportunities. But yeah, I mean, people ask all the time, should I fuck my coworker? And it's like, I don't know. It's messy.
And also the idea that you can't do it is so much harder.
I know.
Yeah, fucking let's go, you know? And
also, we didn't gas you up enough when you said you only date funny women. So let's like do that. Like,
don't even, honestly, that line was, I only fuck.
You dropped it and we didn't really go with it.
It's not even a real thing that I believe. It's like, I think it's funnier. It's like nicer if you're funnier. I like when you're funny. It's not a requirement.
Have you gone out on dates with people though that like weren't funny? Like what is that like? Because that's torture for me.
Funny, there's a funny and then there's also just like interesting, challenging.
Yeah, sure. Like sense of humor is awesome.
Sense of humor.
I don't need joke punchline, but I need somebody that's gonna banter with me.
Oh, you need some banter is huge. Banter is everything actually.
We couldn't agree more. But we know you have to go. Allegedly. So we want to wrap up with you. We have a little segment that we're going to do. Rayna, you want to talk about it?
So we're going to play a little game with you. And then we're going to tell everybody where they can find you. But we like to do this game. We used to call it mansplaining, but a listener of ours submitted a new title and that's the title now. It's called Manalyzing. And we asked our listeners to submit things they want a man to explain to them, just like funny, silly stuff. So we don't get so deep, but some silly, funny things and some things I just want you to like, you know, give the hard truths to. So you will explain them to us.
Want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone wrote, and I don't know like what this means. What is a first down? Is that a sex term?
Are you being serious?
Or is it just for football?
It was a football thing.
Oh, I thought it meant like...
first down is just literally football.
No, it's just football. Yeah. I was just joking. Because one time we had one beat. This girl was like...
I thought it was like a sex thing. Like first base, second base.
We should keep this.
Don't cut this and make her part louder, actually. Make her audio louder.
I was like, oh my God, is this like a sex thing?
No.
When they get 10 yards inside of you.
10 yards.
On the first try?
Okay, let's read a real one.
Okay.
You can read that. You know how this works.
What do guys think when a girl gets blackout drunk on a first date and can you redeem yourself?
It's not hot. Not hot.
Okay.
But because now it's like, unless you're a fucking weirdo, you know what I'm saying? Who's like, yeah, excellent, my plans, you know? Unless that, it's not a hot thing. It's like, it also is dangerous because now we think you're crazy, you know? So it's like, okay, this girl's crazy. She's fucking out of control. This happened to me fucking... really recently. It was like this one girl looked like a nice hot white girl, all very good, right? She's like, yeah, what's up? Then she starts drinking just more and more. She's like, yeah, so like, let's go back to my place. Like, hey. Then she's like blacking out. We get to her place and there's just 9 lines of Coke that are just there. She's like, oh, so like,
just in case.
And she's like, if you don't do Coke, I'm not gonna fuck you, right? And I'm like, I don't want to do Coke. She's like, fuck you, I'm not gonna fuck you. There's 4 lines, 2, 3, 4. She's like, I'm not gonna fuck you.
Okay,
also,
this took a turn.
Give me your dick, all right? And then she pulls out my pants, starts sucking my dick. That is crazy.
Okay, so don't do that.
Don't do that.
Maybe no redemption.
I drink now.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even get into that. Where do you have to go?
Yeah. I have tutor. I tutor a kid.
Okay, well, we'll pay you for the lesson. Okay,
dumb kid.
His education. Fuck that kid.
There's so much.
When did you start drinking?
This one, I was like, never gonna drink. I got to New York. This girl was like, I only date guys who drink, and I was like,
sign me up.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I know this guy. He has a girlfriend, but he snaps me occasionally and tells me I'm really important to him every so often. What does that mean?
Oh, that dude is a bitch. That dude is just trying to keep stable. He wants to, just in case things go wrong, he wants to keep
have a backup.
A stable of women. I thought you meant a stable relationship. Because I think sometimes people like like they'll be like monogamous with their partner, but they just want to know, like for their own ego, that there are options out there,
100%.
and that helps you stay.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Also, there's like an energy of like, well, I just want to make sure that I'm still wanted in the scene, in the scene of the marketplace.
Okay, so he's not leaving his girlfriend for you. He's just building up his ego.
He's a future cheater for sure. He's
future cheater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheater. Okay.
This one could go for you or men in general. What's the best way for a girl to successfully slide in those DMs?
She could say literally anything.
Okay.
There's not wrong
It's not
way.
creepy if you're hot. That's what we said.
Yes,
100%.
If you're not a 10, it's sexual assault.
But also be funny. You better be funny.
I will say this though, on Bumble, girls always have the hilariously bad. Every girl's pickup line is hi with 10 eyes. That's the
hi with a bunch of eyes means I want to fuck. Usually, if you get a hi with a bunch of eyes after 10 p.m., you're
Someone hit me with a
DTF.
hey with 3 Y's the other night.
Okay.
Oh, hey with
Greg.
Basically, yeah.
Why exes with current live-in girlfriends still call you at 1 a.m. and tell you they love you? I wrote this one.
I know. I did not write this one. I know you did.
Is this Ashley's Problems, the podcast? Like, it's
No.
But I'm glad that you did this because I'm going to have him answer one of mine next.
No, I do know why, because they still love you.
That's what it is. And again, it's about keeping a lot of options open. That's what it is. Guys love having options open.
Okay, well then I think you're going to have the same exact answer to this. Ashley's like, we talk about this all the time. I need as many men as possible to tell me the answer to this.
Rayna.
Why do men keep texting you all day, every day, but never make plans, like as though they want a pen pal?
Okay, that's a good question. I don't ever do that.
Can't relate.
I hate texting. So if I'm texting you, then I want to either fuck or hang out or whatever.
Right.
Hypothesize, you're somebody else.
Okay.
You've gone out once with a person.
Why is it texting?
You've gone out once with a person.
Right.
You get into this scenario where they're just texting you all the time, not making plans. What's going on?
Again, my heart is saying stable again. I want to keep it stable. Like guys like keeping, it's a thing that they won't tell you about. They like keeping girls that they know are into them, that they can keep kind of at arm's length in case shit hits the fan.
Okay.
That is a thing that happens way more than
Jared Freed calls it like the blowjob alley-oop. Like they just want to keep like that chance one day for the future blowjob. They're setting themselves up for the future blowjob.
Yes, you've gone on one date. They want to have sex with you without going on that next date. So they're putting a foundation
100%,
down. Okay, great. Thank you for unpacking
one
that
final
for me.
one. I slept with my guy best friend twice and I caught feelings. How do I know if he feels the same?
Oh God. There's no answer to that question. You don't really know. You have to talk to him.
You have to talk to him. He's your best friend.
Yeah, he's your best friend. Talk it out.
Come
on. But dialogue.
I mean, every person's different also. So like, some people...
you just don't know.
Yeah. My guy friend told me he had a sex dream about me last night. And he has a live-in girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm definitely not going to say this, but anyway, it was pretty wild.
Ashley was like, I won't tell you what it's about. 2 seconds later. So this is exactly what it's about.
No, he said, is it weird if I tell you this? I said, it does mean that you are hitting on me. It's just so you know.
There's no platonic sex dream.
Yeah, you're not. My brother's not saying that to me. You know what I mean?
And if he is, it's fucking weird.
Are we wrapping this
I have one last question for you.
You guys are great.
This is my last one. Why does he answer my DMs but not my texts?
Oh God, these are tough questions. Why do I do that?
Okay.
Well, DM is more arm's length. Text is more intimate, right?
Okay.
DM, you can DM someone once a day and it's fine, right? No one's feeling weird. You text someone once a day, it's a little more different. Text is more intimate. So that's why, again, arm's length tries to keep you maybe in the space. All these answers are the same, I know, but that's really what these people are doing. It's just like keep them at blowjob alley-oop is a great way to describe it. Dudes are like just investors. We invest in we spread it. It's like NASDAQ. It's not one stock. We put it on NASDAQ in the fucking main index.
But you're right. It is all the same answer. It's like that quote from Maria Del Russo. If you like him, if he likes you, you'll know it. And if not, you'll be confused. All these things.
But I will say, if the guy likes you and he's just DMing because he's like always in Instagram and he's just being a little bit lazy about it, if he likes you, you can pull him out of it. Because I've done it. I say this almost every fucking week now. Like a guy was just DMing me and I said, hey, here's my number unless you want to DM me forever. And he immediately texted. And then I still continue, while I dated him, would still make like little funny comments here and there of like, I'd rather text or do this. And he listened. So sometimes it is just that it's more convenient. And also leave him on red and force them to text you. So if a guy likes you, you can pull him out of it. If he doesn't text you and he's only DMing you, he is trying to keep you more at arm's length.
Same answer, I think, for he's texting me all the time, won't make plans with me. You can simply stop responding and you can say to the person, you can
How
make
about
the
that
plan.
drink? Whatever.
And then just shut it down.
See what happens.
Dude, the leaving on red is like the ultimate move. As a dude, if you get left on red, it like ruins your whole day, right?
Good.
So, and you that
was the intention. Text me, bitch.
Oh yeah, like a red at 11:09. That is like your whole day is like, what the fuck is this? So that's really powerful.
I let this guy on red twice this week, and now he hates me. He literally won't even talk to me.
No, you don't know the whole backstory. He deserved it.
Okay, no, I'm sure.
Usama's like triggered. He's like, what?
I think we know each other, so we're not going to go down this road.
Yeah, we're not going to go down that road. We're not going to drop him.
Sweating right now.
Well, this was really amazing. We know you have to go, so we want you to be able to plug everything because people are going to want to slide into your DMs. So
just want to say y'all are fucking fun as fuck. I knew this was going to be a fun time. Y'all are hilarious. I loved seeing your comedy. I loved seeing you in real life. Y'all
Were you turned on?
I was turned on.
Are you going to have a sex dream about Ashley and then run around in the wind?
I've already had like 3, so it's not even a thing.
Turned on comedically is a no.
Actually, you're so fucking cute.
I wore a bad outfit that
night. Here's
night.
the thing. I'm already fucking 3 comics. I can't fuck more people.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Listen,
if I see you at Trader Joe's, we'll fuck.
That was literally 2019. It was the last day of 2019.
If I see you in the same frozen aisle, we're gonna fuck for sure.
Fine. Okay, fine.
But
we need to do Instagram stories and then have you list out all the comics you fucked. So let's wrap this up.
Go. Wrap it up.
Okay. Love y'all. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Usama Stands Up, USAMASTAEANDSUP. Follow my podcast, Mango Bay, at YOURMANGOBAE. We mouth off. It's a good time. It's crazy. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Have a great day.
Join the Freaky Deaky Nation.
Freaky Deaky it up. Meet me at Trader Joe's. Ashley's going to be there.
No, do not come to Trader Joe's. It's just going to be me and you.
We're going to be on a date by ourselves. Do not come.
If you see us by the Cinnamon Brooms, do not approach us.
Come to the East Village, Trader Joe's, aisle 3, the soybean aisle.
Guys, I'm out of here.
And Usama will be fucking with the Cinnamon Broom. Okay. And guys, you know where to find us. girlsgottaeatpodcast.com, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram, Ash Hess, Rayna.Greenberg on Instagram, girls_gotta eat on Twitter, and youtube.com/girls gotta eat. We'll see you next week.
That's it. Have a good week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.